Is this what they're selling us? Or let me remind you, just in case you've forgotten, that we live in Great Britain, not in Donald Trump's America. Speak. You're gonna teach a little lad to be the man that's got a plan, and then the moment that it fails, to abandon it.
Damn. Oh. Yep. What's that saying? You ask and you shall receive. Well, you guys asked and you are now receiving. That was very cheesy, I know, but I couldn't think of an intro. Hello my favorite people. Today I will be reacting to another Dave performance. This time I think it's called Question Time. Actually, it's not a live performance, it's one of his music videos or rap songs. I just feel like Dave is more than just a UK rapper. Like, I feel like he's an activist. He's a role model. He's more than just a rapper. But in my last reaction to Dave, where I reacted to Black, which he performed on the 2020 Brit Awards, you guys told me that Question Time is kind of similar to that in the aspect that he talks about things that are relevant and things that are kind of prevalent with today's society in the aspects of racism and the aspects of how we treat each other, how we look at one another, and history. So he blew me away with that performance and what he talked about in regards to like Jack Merritt and the Windrush generation. I learned a lot about those situations. I must say, Dave's 2020 Brit Awards performance was a great introduction to him because it showed me like what type of game he was on. So I'm excited to see more of him. I'm glad you guys are suggesting that I react to him. More storms need to come, and I think her name was Jane Larsha or something, a female UK rapper that you guys want me to check out. More UK rap reactions to come, but for this one, as I said, we're doing Dave Question Time, the music video. Subscribe if you're new here, because bitch, you get a lot of content. I post every single day, different genres, so you'll get a variety of content every single day, multiple times a day. You just have to go down and comment what suggestions you have, what you want me to post, or DM it to me on Instagram, which is, I think right here. I don't even know. Go on Instagram, follow me, DM me, comment down below, and yeah. Don't forget to like the video. Let's get 400 likes, and subscribe if you're new here, like I said, and let's get into Dave Question Time. Dave. Question Time. Fraser T. Smith. The quality is amazing so far.
Question for the new Prime Minister. How do you have a heart so sinister? How are we so wasteful when people are dying in Somalia, Afghanistan, Egypt, Libya? The irony is we have no business in Syria, but kids are getting killed for all the business in Syria.
Oh shit. We have no business in Syria. Kids are getting killed for the businesses in Syria. Honestly, if I were from the Middle East or lived in the Middle East, I'd be so pissed off too. Like, get the fuck out of my country. You know, it's like we as Americans anyway, in our society, we judge people so harshly, but then in the same breath want to utilize what resources they can give us. It's so disgusting, and apparently I guess you guys do that too in the UK. And again with Mr. Boris, y'all's prime minister, he's on some nonsense talking about how he's so wasteful. How? Like, what does he mean by that? I'm not really sure what Dave is talking about there. He said, how can you be so wasteful when there's people all over the world who go without? So please explain where he's coming from with those few bars. And I remember y'all said you want me to go back whenever I pause it, so I'm listening to you. I'm gonna go back 10 seconds.
How are we so wasteful when people are dying in Somalia, Afghanistan, Egypt, Libya?
Oh shit. Hold on, my computer's about to die. Every time I want to film a reaction, something goes wrong, I swear. Okay. Bitch, charge.
Irony is we have no business in Syria, but kids are getting killed for all the business in Syria. And then they try and tell you that it's ISIS. In their attempts at killing it, how many civilians died? So what's the difference?
They tell you it's ISIS. How many civilians died? So like there's a goal, but is the goal really more, or does the goal outweigh the cost, basically? Like, we have one target and yet an entire city gets airstriked just for that one target. this is what there's. Some people try to say with politics it's not black and white, but for me it is. There's right and there's wrong. Period. And I don't want to talk about parties, but I feel like y'all should know at this point what party I'm a part of. So yeah, let's go back again.
People are dying in Somalia, Afghanistan, Egypt, Libya. The irony is we have no business in Syria, but kids are getting killed for all the business in Syria. And then they try and tell you that it's ISIS. In their attempts at killing it, how many civilians died? So what's the difference between us and them? When you got drones killing kids just touching 10, then when a bomb goes off, every politician's lost like that last strike. It didn't kill 100 men. You ain't the same as them, but all that fuel for the fire is what you gave to them and what you take from them.
The simplicity makes it even more raw.
All my life I know my mum's been working in and out of nursing, struggling, hurting.
Amen.
I just find it fucked that the government is struggling to care for a person that cares for a person. So where's the discussion on wages and budgets, how they made them redundant?
He said he can't understand how the government's failing to care for a person who cares for a person. Is he talking about the mistreatment of like, or this is from 2017, but it's prevalent even today, with America loves to talk about during this pandemic, essential workers, thank you for, you know, working on the front line of the pandemic, putting yourself at risk. But yet, and they talk so much about how they're going to give us like discounts in the stores, extra pay weekly, you know, different like little bonuses for basically risking our lives every day. And I say ours because I'm an essential worker. I work at a nursing home, so I'm coming into contact with families, with sick patients. You know, I'm literally exposing myself to the pandemic every single day that I go to work. And yet there are none of these bonuses I've even seen, let alone, you know, been able to utilize. So I kind of relate to what he's talking about, though I don't really get from his perspective because I don't live in the UK, so I don't know how y'all treat your doctors, nurses, all that. But, I mean, I can believe him when he says the government's not doing what they promised they would do. I feel like that's the basis of politics. Lying.
When I was a young'un, the letters in her car said my mum was overdraft, but somehow I still had dinner money in my pocket, and even the little things.
We love mothers, honestly.
The reason for overtime in the evening, 5 till 10, 6 hours of sleeping for 22 years. My mum was doing it cleaning, dreaming that her kids would have a better life, going bed at night, struggling with getting by. That's the reality for millions of people in a nation where a lot of us were looking for a second try.
Struggling in a country where we were looking for a second try. The thing I love about Dave, he speaks through his experience in life, but yet it touches the masses because it's the same struggle a variety of people go through or are still going through, have gone through. That whole last few bars were about how his mother was struggling to provide, and yet she still somehow found a way to provide for her children at the end of the day. And she left her country to go to a better country so that her children would have a higher chance of making something of themselves. And yet she left a country where she was struggling to go to a better country and still struggle. If that's not, we see a lot of immigrants, do well for themselves, but that's really not the case for everyone. It's really hard. And I'm thankful to my mom for bringing me to America, because who knows what I'd be doing if we stayed in Nigeria or Belize. So sometimes I forget to remember the struggles that she probably went through raising me and my siblings by herself. It's very humbling to hear him talk like this. Friggin' Dave.
A question for the new Prime Minister, and please tell me if I'm being narrow-minded, but how do we spend so much money on defence and weapons to wage war when the NHS is dying, bursting at the seams?
Wait. The NHS, I watch Rose and Rosie, for those of you who don't know. from what I learned from them, the NHS is like kind of, I'd say, our Planned Parenthood, kind of like a medical organization or something. So he was basically asking y'all's prime minister, who I'm still in shock that the Queen basically does nothing, but the prime minister, who's like the president of the UK, he was asking, why are we spending so much money on military and wars that don't really exist right now when our entire medical field is suffering? The UK and US, I must say, in our faults, we have so many similarities, which is very sad.
And so much money on defense and weapons to wage war when the NHS is dying, bursting at the seams. And what about the people that voted for us to leave for the money that...
Wait. I'm gonna go back and hear what he's talking about, but I just noticed the different images going on in the background. Polling station. Like, is that where you vote? Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace. Hey. Dude! This is from 2017! And we're still having the same... That's terrible! The same phrase, the same protest, the same movement from 2017. This video was posted 2017. It's 2020. We're still having the same sign all over the world. Nothing has changed.
See, 350 million we give to the EU every week that our health service needs.
300. So you give your money to the military in the EU. Don't know. European Union. I know that. But I don't know the details of Brexit, but I know y'all left the European Union. So therefore, I'm assuming this situation he's talking about has gotten better, because you're not going to be giving the EU money anymore if you're not in the EU, right? I know a little bit.
350 million we give to the EU every week that our health service needs. But now them politicians got what they wanted. Can you see an empty promise or a post on the street? Nurses in tears because they're working every hour of the week and they still don't have the money that they need. You brought the heart of the nation to its knees. Underpaid, understaffed, overworked and overseen by people who can't ever understand how it feels to live life like you and me.
People who will never understand directing your way of life. I want to go back into what he was talking about with nursing. I'm going into the nursing field in America, or I don't really know where I want to be. I was thinking about doing travel nursing, but that's beside the point. My point is, I kind of forgot my point. Nurses in the US are one of the highest paid entry careers, but yet there will never be a sufficient salary for being a nurse. There's no number you can put to caring for someone's loved one, for going to tell the family your loved one's not going to make it. There's no amount of money that you can pay a nurse, a doctor, or anyone in the medical field that will equate to the services that they give the public. Oh, and I just ran out of storage.
Patients lying in the corridors because doctors can't even find a bed for them to sleep. I remember A&E and all them sickening screams of a little girl waiting for a surgeon to be seen. Privatized healthcare, guns for police, increased uni fees. Is this what they're selling us? Or let me remind you, just in case you've forgotten, that we live in Great Britain, not in Donald Trump's America.
That wasn't even him taking shots at America. Well, it kind of was, because he basically said we were trash. But he was saying the UK is no better than America. This is what I mean, like, our faults are so similar, but that's not a good thing.
America, state and the president.
Let's go back.
Uni fees. Is this what they're selling us? Or let me remind you, just in case you've forgotten, that we live in Great Britain, not in Donald Trump's America. Speaking of America, state and the president, with all due respect, I've got something to say to them. I just find it funny you can't give a hand to Palestine, but you can trade whole arms with Saudi Arabia.
You can't help Palestine. You can't give a hand to Palestine, but you'll trade arms with Saudi Arabia. He doesn't actually mean like body parts, you guys. He's talking about you won't help Palestine, give them aid, give them the resources they need, but you will get you'll get military weapons and goods from Saudi Arabia. Shade, tea, shots fired, but it's all true. It's all true. He doesn't even say anything else after that. Charisma.
I just find it funny you can't give a hand to Palestine, but you can trade whole arms to Saudi Arabia.
Trade whole arms to Saudi Arabia and don't say nothing, like a mic drop. Oh my god. He's crazy. Dave?
Look. I got a question for the new Prime Minister. At Grenfell Tower, your response was ridiculous. You hit...
Okay, just want to mention, I like how it's like, the rap is going full circle. He keeps saying like key phrases, and they're like an introduction to a new section of the rap. He keeps saying, I want to talk to the Prime Minister, or, you know, just different little phrases. I've noticed that.
I got a question for the new Prime Minister at Grenfell.
And the location changes with each different phrase. Is that Hillary Clinton? Or Donald Trump? I don't know.
Look. I got a question for the new Prime Minister. At Grenfell Tower, your response was ridiculous. You hid like a coward behind your 5 million, dodged responsibility and acted like you're innocent and...
Grenfell. This is the second time he's brought it up. Second time in my reactions I've heard about it from Dave. So from my understanding, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, Grenfell is a community that was for the lower class and was not maintained properly, therefore it caught fire. But no one really looked at it from the government because it was surrounded by an area that was luxurious and higher end. So therefore it kind of made this ghetto look better than what it was. And a bunch of people died, and the government tried to like start pointing fingers like, it's not my fault, it's your fault. Whose fault is it? No one was taking blame for the death of these people, even though it was someone's fault. You know what I mean? So that's how I think whenever he says Grenfell.
See, you're terrified. You're not good at telling lies. I'm getting why you stay away from everything that's televised. You look like...
That's true though. Whenever something's not going, like, if a whole department is like falling to pieces, you chop off the head, which is like the leader, the boss. So I can see why he's addressing Mr. Boris, y'all's trash prime minister.
A coward behind your 5 million, dodge responsibility and acted like you're innocent.
Who's Charlie Hebdo? Why was his head cut off?
I'm getting why you stay away from everything that's televised. You look like a robot and you don't speak with any life. It feels to me like any guy in press could have said them lines. Imagine going to the council for the safety of your block and you got kids but they're ignoring you at every time. Everyone who knew about that cladding should really be going to prison under rule of joint enterprise. But if it ain't a little kid with a knife, I bet that judge is going easy when he's giving him time. They don't deserve to be free. Any builder MP that knew about the conditions but did it to save cheese. When I listened to the...
Knew about the conditions but did it to save cheese, to save money. Despicable.
That the residents had seen, I was so shocked I couldn't even speak. Families they know that had died in their sleep. How you choke on the
oh my God.
Struggling to breathe. The glow from the fire, the panic when you hear all the sirens, the crackling, the popping and the muffled out screams, the fear in the eyes of a man that was trapped who jumped 15 floors from the tower to the street. I could only...
Fuck. Oh my God, he's like really painting the picture right now, and it's like making it worse. Like the idea of what happened hurts. But then you start to, like, the crackling of the fire, the people choking in their sleep, the man jumping 15 stories. Oh my God. It started to make me, like, remember what it was like to witness 9/11. And I feel like our 9/11 is y'all's Winterfell.
Closing my eyes, trying hard not to cry at the joy and relief in the face of a man when a woman from the flat said his neighbor was alive. No help from the council in keeping any list or the people that survived, his neighbors and peers. And for that whole meeting I could see that he was trying, so his smile was an island in a sea full of tears. Look, I got a message for our old Prime Minister, David Cameron. I mean, you fucked us, resigned and sneaked out the firing line. I want to know how you managed it. And are you bathing in the sun while the papers have a run at the woman that you left here to handle it? You're gonna teach a little lad to...
The woman you left here to handle it? I feel like what he's saying right now is so deep, but I don't have enough knowledge on y'all's monarchy or government system to really know. Because, bitch, I didn't even know who Boris was until a week ago.
While them papers have a run at the woman that you left here to handle it. You're gonna teach a little lad to be the man that's got a plan, and then the moment that it fails to abandon it.
Damn. He said you're a coward. You're gonna... The way he said it though. Oh, his flow.
Even in the sun while them papers have a run at the woman that you left here to handle it.
What is this flow?
Lad to be the man that's got a plan, and in the moment that it fails,
You abandon it.
Are there bullies in his school? And when you pick them up after class, can you feel his embarrassment? I mean, you never gave a fuck about the youth, and that's the truth. There's no sympathy for you or your cabinet. I really wish I could have seen how you were scrambling when you lost the referendum that you had to win. I feel like politicians are all addicts in a big fat game, but it's lives that you gamble with.
Yeah,
yeah. The leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, where do you want to take?
Labour Party.
I feel like politicians are all addicts in a big fat game, but it's lives that you gamble with. I got a question for the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, where do you want to take the country to? Honestly, I want to put my trust in you, but you can understand why if I got trust issues. Do you really have the faith of your party? Do you really have faith in the party that will come with you? And how do you plan on keeping all the promises, man? If I'm being honest, sir, I'm struggling to get with it. I just ain't getting it. Everybody's great until you get them into office, and then guys start forgetting things. Prove to us you're different. Don't promise me anything. Go and get justice for Sean, Charles, and Edison. And
who are Sean, Charles, and Edison? Also, I kind of want to go back. I thought of this question, but I didn't want to pause it. Is Winterfell the same as the bridge attack where Jack Merritt died? Is that the same thing, or are those separate occurrences? I know one is like the apartment fire, but did that have any connection to the Jack Merritt situation? Or those two separate?
Vote yet, or protest, because you don't really see the progress. I hope you know that what they're saying is affecting us. The small steps are way better than no steps.
Some progress is better than none. And he says nothing after. Dave. That's it? There's a whole minute left. I don't know what he's gonna do. But the fact that he called this question time, and he was literally just calling everyone out back to back to back. But the way he did it with a rap, and he's only 22? This man is like beyond his years, for sure. He's blessed. He's blessed. Where's he going? Silence. Devlin. The Weeknd. I don't know what's going on. I think that was the end of it. I think it was just going to show the names of people who contributed to the video. Again, just mind blown. Talent, amazing. His delivery, his technique, but the things he talks, it's not even just about the rap. It's what he's saying. It's the topics he's speaking on. It's the way he can take just words and literally paint a picture in your head as you listen. It's talent, and thank God he's using his talent and platform to speak on issues that maybe otherwise would not have been spoken on. So Dave, again, an impeccable person. I look up to him. Even though we're basically age mates, I feel like he's someone that I could aspire to be and be like. Because kind of, he has a platform, and I'd say my Instagram and my YouTube are my platform. So who's to say I can't do stuff like that? Like, it just makes you think about who you are as a person, how you live your life, and how you can be better and do better. Which is kind of, I feel like, the basis of music. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. More Dave reactions, more Stormzy reactions. I want to start branching out on different artists within UK. As far as I know, all I know about the UK music scene is drill, grime, and UK rappers. I'm sure you guys have like pop music or like, I don't know, different genres. Comment them down below, DM them to me on Instagram. I'm open to react to anything, and if you guys want it, I'll do it, as you know. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!